Okay, just as a warning, this audio may not be good because I shot it on my phone. And I keep saying deck list is a deck profile. Either way, it's the same thing. But have fun watching it. See you. Okay, let's do this. Well, this is my super heavy samurai deck list, but with a twist. I'll tell you the twist later, but trust me when I say it is 100% worth it. So we'll start with the extra first. We're starting with Appaloosa. We always use Appaloosa. Everybody uses Appaloosa at this point. It's a good card. I know I'm late to the party for this deck list, but you know what? I don't care. This one's different. This one's unique. And I'm going to be honest, I think it's quite good. Anyway, got the Appaloosa. I'll move them out the way once I'm done with it. I have an order where I like put in my extra deck, but I just change it when I go to an actual game. Ancient Gear Ballista. It lets you pop Soul Piercer, it lets you pop any of the pendulum monsters and essentially get yourself just uh, any ancient gear card. So you could use it for the ancient gear box. I don't. I just use it for the sake of popping Soul Piercer, which may sound counterproductive, but I don't feel like ancient gear box is that good. But yeah, there's not much else to say. I never really use them that much. I may have used them once in a desperate attempt to win, but it did work out though. Clifford Genus? I'll say Genus. Everybody uses this. You search for Therion King Regulus. No wonder people use this. And let's be honest, you're going to be pendulum summoning anyway to get a bunch of monsters in the field, so then you can synchro into whatever you want. It's just a really good card. I'm surprised that actually no, I'm not surprised. I was gonna say I'm surprised it's not banned, but no, it is. I think it's quite fairly balanced for what it is, considering it only goes for Earth machines. It's not an overkill. It just lets you search for one. It's got its wee ups and downs. So yeah, why not? Baguska. We always run Baguska. That one has saved me more times than I can count. It is incredible. By the way, I do not run more than one of an extra deck card because I just want to shove in as many as I can at this point. Baguska, good, stalls time. I can still attack because, well, my Super Heavy Samurai is attack and defense, so it essentially just gives you a bunch of turns to do whatever you want, and it even may hinder 90% of your opponent's decks. So, like Kashtira, boom, no, you just can't do anything. What are you gonna do? Let's see, Sky Striker, no. Punk, no. They can use spells, yeah, cool, but like they're monsters. I guess you can use Xiamen and stuff, but like the ones to search for cards is it'll be quite hard to do. You can still go into synchros, but those synchros can't. It's a long story. It's quite good though. It's just generally useful. Super Heavy Samurai Warlord Susanoo. This one, I just feel like if they're playing like an infinite impermanence or any generic spell or trap, which they will most likely be playing, I can just steal it. Or if they have a card that they'll want to like recycle, I'll just steal that. What are they going to do? You're going to try to take it back? I mean, how are you going to take it back? You could try to destroy it, but then again, I could steal it again, and you just don't get it back. So I think he's okay. I don't use him frequently. I just use him as just a one-off thing. Don't know why I have him. I just feel like he's kind of cool. A goofy card. This is the really goofy one for my extra. I never have this in my deck. But Geomathmic Final Sigma. He's a goofy man. I never feel like he has been played. I just like to say I've got Final Sigma in my extra, just to give a little bit of fear. Like, oh, what are you gonna do? You gonna summon your big beefy monster? Nah. I got Final Sigma, baby. I'm a Sigma. Okay, and then we've got Super Heavy Samurai, Steam Train King. Okay, in opinion, the old Super Heavy Samurai deck would always run this. I'm not changing too far from it. I'm not deviating too far from the original Super Heavy Samurai deck because I still quite like the cards. I've got most of them, and I feel like that should mean something when you're making Super Heavy. The old cards are quite good in themselves.
Anyway, he just a big beefy guy. He's just you don't know what to do against him, in my opinion. You could obviously banish him, destroy him, stuff like that. But once you start stacking up some cards, like I don't know, I don't have the card because I'm poor, poor in the Super Heavy Samurai factory. I used to have all of them, but long story. But if you start stacking them up, he's essentially just a unit of mass destruction. Anyway, the new one, Super Heavy Samurai. I'm not even going to say that because I cannot say that. Draw three. He's just a draw three. And if you draw into hand traps, good lord, you're stopping that opponent. No way he's cooking. He's not cooking anything. He's gone. Gone with the wind. He's not seeing anything. He's just such a good card. It's like most cards will activate spells to special summon, obviously. I mean, a really dumb one, Goki rematch. But yeah, there's so many other cards. See, another new one. Super Samurai Commander Shinawo. I actually knew how to say that one. You pretty much you use him once or twice. He's not an exceptional core, but he's good if you want to bring out another pendulum, like a pendulum on a card in your pendulum zone. Sorry, and he's just. I think he's okay. He's an okay summon because it gets some cards back into the pendulum zone, and then you can go off with other things. But of course, you can do other cards, other level 8 synchros. Like the next one, Warlord Savage Dragon. Now, let's be honest. Warlords, when you're playing like Appaloosa or like any somewhat good Link monsters, Genshi Gear isn't that good, but like still, Cliffort is good. You'll be playing Warlord. I everybody plays Warlord for that. He's just a good card, easy interruptions. It's a synchro 8, which means it's super easy to get him out. And you may as well. Last one might be a bit weird, but I run Natura Beast. It's not too out of the ordinary, but it'll make a lot more sense as I go on. But Natura Beast, in this deck, he is super easy to get out. But again, this is Super Heavy Samurai with a twist. I'm not going to say which twist because I want you to stay and watch it and be surprised when you see it. But anyway, Natura Beast, Runic, Punk, I don't know, Sky Strikers. What else? The list could go on. Like they could try use Cosmic. They could try use. They can't use Mystic Mine anymore. I'm still stuck like a year behind. I don't know why. I've not been to a locals in a while. But yeah, it's just goddamn. It's good. They're really good. Actually, I'll leave that up here. Get a good look at that. Now you know what? We'll move on to the super heavies. As we move on, three Soul Piercer. I mean, I states the obvious here. Soul Piercer, easy search, can search off with equipping to any super heavy, like just any super heavy, and it's not a once per turn. It's not a hard once per turn, so you can do it whenever you want, every turn. It's just so easy. It activates during your opponent's turn. It literally doesn't miss timing. It is just flawless. It's such an easy card to search any super heavy you want. And Wakaushi, everybody uses Wakaushi. That is the main Super Heavy Samurai card that everybody uses because it literally starts the full combo. Wakaushi and Pendulum Scale activate, bring out the Pendulum 1 or like level 8, and then you just go off by that. You search Soul Piercer, boom, boom, boom. Or you could search for the other new Soul cards, which I'll show later. But it's just so good. And even if you somehow mess that up, you can just activate its effect, lock into super heavies, and just go crazy from there. Which I can do because some of my extra deck is just super heavies. Three wagon. We all use wagon. I use wagon especially. He's like he's either my first or second choice if I'm trying to search for a monster, and he's always good. What am I saying? Everybody uses wagon. It's just the basic Super Heavy Samurai. Searches for any soul card. It goes in defense, goes back to attack, and then boom, you search like Soul Gaia boost. You search for again the Soul Piercer. It's really just either searching for Soul Piercer or like another combo extender. But you know what? This is when it will start getting a little bit wacky. I'm not going to show the last two Super Heavy Samurai cards that I have in mind, but they should be played. the, I think it got a little bit wacky in the first place anyway. Super Heavy Samurai Soul Gaia Booster. Two of them, I just feel like I should use for like I don't know, hand traps, more interruptions. And to be honest, you never see using them more than like once or twice at the beginning, just to start off your combo to see how far you can get. And super heavies, they just start the ground running and then they just immediately slow down in like turn three or turn two. So I don't see a point in having more than two of them. And then motorbike. Motorbike again, it's just a better soul piercer. You get a search just for free. So why the hell not? You ain't gonna stop this man. He's got that bike. He can cook for the whole universe if he wanted to. And two copies, I just feel like you can fit more like interruptions. I fit a lot of different stuff in this deck. And two stealthy. I really just run all the new cards at two because I feel like there's some other cards that I can use instead. Anyway, two stealthy. I just feel them like a free summon because you can summon that, summon a level 4, and then you could make it a tuner if you really wanted to and go into Naturia Beast. Or you can just like, you could just use it as link material, so that's good, I guess. And then the Monk Big Beneki, everybody loves that. Searches for the souls. What's the point in not having that? Because you just go off, like, go Soul Gaia or something, Synchro again, you go into the Synchro 8, then you just keep going from there. And it can just go absolutely crazy. You can start, like, an absolute festival of cooking. Trumpeteer. Now, don't look at me strange here. It works, okay? I've bricked before, but then I normal summoned, like, one random guy, and then just summoned Trumpeteer and then synchroed off, and I went absolutely ham. I went, like, bananas. The man didn't understand what was happening. His brain shut down when he understood that I summoned, like, a super heavy samurai that's not in the meta. You should have seen his face. His face, like, crumbled up, and he's like, what the hell is this? I'm like, trust me, let me cook. And he just did, and he lost, which is amazing. Theron King Regulus. Well, no wonder. Any machine deck will be using Regulus. It's just a free Omni Negate. Why would you not be using it unless you didn't have the card? Which makes complete sense, because actually, didn't they release him in the Megaton? Also, I love this shiny version. He's just so cool looking. Managed to get this quite cheap as well, because I traded off with a guy. Anyway, this is where it gets a bit confusing. But just Infinitrack Tunneler. Now, it'll make a lot more sense as I show the next few cards. But Tunneler, it's a free draw. Like, you just get a draw to it. It's essentially Pot of Avarice in this deck. But, like, there's no downsides, let's be honest. Avarice doesn't have a downside, but this is just so easy to pull off. And let's be honest, you could Tribute, Special Summon it, and then, you know, go into, I don't know, any synchro you want. Well, I say any synchro you want. Let's see, what do we have here? I forgot my own deck. So if I have 6 and so, yeah. So you could just go into it, like, Shinabo, if you wanted to, if you had Trumpeteer, and then you Tribute with Tunneler as well. There's a few other things that I can do, though. Dino Wrestler, Pinecratops. He'll make a lot more sense than using Fenrir in a minute. I see why Fenrir is good. He is crazy. He's crazy cracked. But I feel like Pinecratops is better in my situation. And it'll, again, it'll click once this happens. Burn yourself of the Misting Seedlings. Add one fairy, one earth fairy, which Vernisoffs, you're getting a free add, so you can add whatever you want. And once you discard one of these, and you discard another card with it, like an earth monster, like literally any of these guys, you get a free summon from your graveyard. So think of it this way. It's just Monster Reborn, really. In a sense, it's Monster Reborn. Actually, yeah. You just get to add a card. And then you can special summon the discarded card that you've done. So, that's good. Vernisoff of the Flaring Fields. This discards one with it, and then summons one. They all do it, really. So I'll just skip that part. But her other effect is that she can add any monster from deck to hand, from graveyard to hand. Any earth monster from my graveyard to hand. Which, if I wanted to, I can just add back, let's see, like, I don't know, Motorbike, so I can search for my deck. Wakaushi, so I can just go off even more. And then I could also add back Soul Piercer, then just, you know, summon Soul Piercer, then send off, and then do other things. and a one of Verniself of the Awakening Forest. This, it special summons the same thing as everyone, and then I think, let me read it again. I'm a bit out of touch. I've not played it in a while. Okay. Um, yeah, foolish. That's what it is. It's a foolish burial, pretty much, for any Earth monster. So you just send whatever you want, but you can't summon it off the effect of itself. So you'd have to have a second Verniself card in hand and discard one card to summon the card that you want. But he's still really good. I mean, there's no doubting it. He's just absolutely cracked. And let's see, Flourishing Hills. Yep, this. Let me see. It adds a Verniself. So you just discard this, special summon, add a Verniself, and go crazy. The thing that I see bad with the Verniselfs is they lock you into Earth effects. So you need to play it very careful. But if you do, you get this absolutely cracked boss monster, Vera the Verniself Goddess. She has 3 effects. A Snatch Steal. Actually, I think it's more of a mind game. No. You know what? It just steals a monster for free. It has a negate, just like, I think it's just, let me see. I'm going to read it, because I'm pretty sure it's just an Omni negate. Because oh yeah, it's a monster negate. So, if you have 5 Earth monsters in your field, which, with all the Verniselfs, with all the Superheavy Samurais, and with just all the Earth machines that I have, you're most likely going to have them out. But yeah, there's also Appaloosa and maybe some other darks in here, but let's be honest, most of them are Earth. It's not like you're gonna... Well, I'll put that a little bit closer, there we go. But on the Monster Negate. So you get the Monster Negate, you get a free special summon from your graveyard during your opponent's turn, and your turn. It's a quick effect. So that goes crazy. Think how crazy that can be. You could activate Pank, distribute it, destroy a card, and you could summon him back. What is so good? That is so good. Do it during your turn, destroy, special summon back, and then boom. Next turn, you just get to destroy again, and then you can special summon back if you really wanted to. I wouldn't do it, but I would probably search for, like, I don't know, a Baguska or something. Because, I mean, are you kidding me? No wonder. And Snatch Steal, it just steals any opponent's monster, doesn't matter. There's no requirements for those 2, but the Monster Negate, there is a requirement of having 5 Earth monsters. But we understand. Now we move on to the staples. Well, I say these are staples. We have a singular kaiju, Gamciel, the Sea Turtle kaiju. I just feel like I've been using kaijus the whole time for super heavies. It's a goofy wee kaiju. They have a towers on field, just tribute it and then pass. It lowers their self-esteem. It ruins them. It makes them sad. 3 Ash. Well, I feel like at this point, if you're not running 3 Ash, I don't know what's going on. It's so good. It stops so much. Gamma. It may be bad right now, but you know what? I feel like it can work. I feel like I can pray that it works. And double Nibiru. Now, you will see that there's some really odd numbers out here, but it will work, because that stops... You know what that stops. Everybody knows what that stops. It stops cash, it stops practically most decks nowadays, because now it's more combo decks than it is, like, massive control decks, like Eldritch and stuff. But Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. I mean, I don't really know why. I just feel like it makes a little bit of sense. Because why not? And then 3 Droll. Everybody uses Droll. Again, it stops your opponent from searching, which is essentially what this whole world is now. So I don't understand what the hell we're supposed to do without Droll. But let's keep going, shall we? We have Spell Canceller. Spell Canceller, again, yeah, I'll put that in the middle actually. And you know what? I want to put my boy Soul Piercer at the top. How does that look? Anyway, Spell Canceller, again, in the name, just stop spells. Well, I don't know what else we were expecting from that. It's good. And it's anything you want, really. Retaliating Sea. And I mean, it's not like you need your normal summon with the Verniselfs as well, so you can just tribute off to summon Spell Canceller. and it's not like an activated effect, so it doesn't get negated. Retaliating Sea. It is just one of those cards. There's a minor inconvenience, but it just gets in the way enough. Banishing your opponent's cards. So like if they activate, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if activates a spell card that includes a special summon of a monster, boom, throw it down. If they have to discard a card for that, oh god, they're gonna have to banish it instead. I'm pretty sure. And then we run the Nibiru. That's where the third Nibiru went. It's just there. I just in case if they've got like a crazy deck that combos, I'll just shove that in, see if we get a bit extra. And Ghost Mourner. This is just my version of Infinite Impermanence. I don't have much else to use because they're all monster cards. I can't use spells, and let's be honest, it gives a little bit of damage. It gives a little bit of damage. And Ghost Bell, Cash, you name it. It actually, it's cool. I like it. DD Crow, no, not working. And if they were trying to, I don't know. I don't really know. I just run them and it works, okay? I'm not a mastermind of this. I mean, I kind of am. I've been playing it for ages. I should be. Should have an IQ of 1 billion with this. 3 effect. Again, I just need a monster negate. Just infinite impermanence. I'm not looking for much from the side deck. And then 2 extra Ghost Ogres. Because Ghost Ogre, I don't know. I wanted to fill out the extra by the side. Oh my god, I can't speak. There we have it. We have Superheavy Samurai Vernisilf. And you'd be surprised how effective it is. Last time I remember, it was 3 wins to 1 loss. I see that as a win. I don't know if you do, but I will be taking that as a win. Because there's no way I'm seeing it any other way. But yeah, hope you all have fun. And I hope this actually was useful. Yeah, see ya.